Why hello there my fellow brothers, sisters, gamers, and anime lovers. Buster here again with a Fleekazoid video because people have been wanting the pimps wanted me to react to more Fleekazoid, and we have started. I'm gonna go chronologically because I was introduced to certain videos of Fleekazoid because it went parallel to the things I like the Helldivers, the Space Marine 2 videos, and finally the worst games of 2024 because I was curious as to what he's gonna say. So, let's start from one of the videos that may be something that can grab my fancy, which is Saints Row. To all of you who don't know, I played GTA 5 for 3,000 hours and I was able to unlock everything without the use of shark cards. That's why it's 3,000 hours, because I did not expend any more money than what was absolutely necessary. And I unlocked a lot of the DLCs throughout. All the missions finished, every property owned, yeah. And I did it twice. That's why it's 3,000 hours. I have a male and female character, and they both have everything that I wanted unlocked. Every business is owned. Yup. I need the fun. We all have our hobbies. I need help. Send help. Alright. To the rival of GTA 5, which is always something that people joke around, especially on game game house. There was this skit about video game characters all living in a house, and Saints Row is hated vehemently by the GTA protagonists and got absolutely obliterated because they feel like Saints Row is just like a ripoff of GTA but made into a cartoony type. So let's see what Fleekazoid has to say. The Saints Row reboot looks awful, and believe me, I heard this on the news that the studio Volition got shut down, and I heard all the bad things Volition has said to its fans, its customers, really. Great business 101, piss off your customers. That's a good business idea. Alright, let's see what the reboot did. That's why I don't always... There are reboots that are nice, like there was a problem with the script, the storyboard, and plot holes. A reboot was able to fix some of those and really made the source material even better. But there are reboots that bastardize the entire core concept of its story. And judging by what I heard from everyone else, Saints Row got the shitty end of the stick. So let's see what Fleekazoid has to say. This is once again Fleekazoid's The Row reboot looks awful. Say that 5 times fast.
People often ask me, Fleek, how do you get so energized before yelling at your screen for these videos? And the answer is simple. I watched the trailer for the new Saints Row game. The new Saints Row reboot is everything that's wrong with games today. It has the creative inspiration and direction of Control-C and Control-V, stealing and bolting on so many features and concepts from other media, then calling it massive creativity that this might as well be called an Amy Schumer production. They even stole the slogan from Austin, Texas, which stole the slogan from Portland, Oregon. And speaking of the setting, when you think of a cool city to place a gang warfare storyline into, where do you think of? New York? Chicago? Detroit? All classic, interesting options. However, the Saints Row reboot developers said, hang on, what time we at? Alright, never mind, we're good. Albuquerque fucking New Mexico. That's right, Breaking Bad land. The yellow boring deserts of New Mexico paired with the rundown cricket wireless colored architecture and the piss filter of 10 years ago. Yet still, the desert has more personality than the main cast.
Ouch! Now that's a scathing freaking statement. Imagine a wasteland desert has more personality. Believe me, if I want to trudge around in a wasteland, I would play Fallout than this. And one of my friends loved playing Fallout, especially New Vegas. Although I'm interested in taking a look at that, but after hearing what Todd Howard did, yeah, I'd rather not give them any more money than they deserve. Believe me, if they're just gonna keep on releasing garbage after garbage, I'm not encouraging their behavior. Give us a complete, working, functional game, and you will have my money. Give what you advertised, for goodness sake. I always hate games where they say it's good, 10 out of 10, blah blah blah. And then when it comes to me, there's nothing but bugs, errors, and freaking glitches that pollutes the game to the point I can't even play it and I just want to Alt F4 and play something else. For freaking sake. Isn't that deceptive marketing? Isn't that illegal or something? Gaming really has went down a drain. And I hope that there are good studios there still working properly for our sakes, making us happy, and not certain people who loves to complain about everything.
Think of the last person you would ever want to talk to. You thought of a Twitter user, didn't you? Good news, that is your entire cast of wacky, cliche millennial characters here. Alright, listen, everyone's already talked about these people to death, so I'll keep this brief. Eli is basically your accountant, but you already knew that because that is 99% of his personality in the dialogue. You get within 50 feet of Eli, and he's like the fucking Geico gecko with Tourette's yelling how you can save 50% or more on your car insurance. Then we have not female Dominic Toretto, who is all about cars and family. And finally, Kevin. Kevin is the best. I mean, bros, be honest, nothing is greater than a shirtless man talking about brunches and mimosas, am I right? What a draw. I mean, Kev is shirtless all the time, and I don't know why. I'm sorry, oh shit, hang on. Yeah, no, that one was actually a quote from the people that made this game.
Kevin is shirtless, I don't know why.
Altogether, when I...
Wow, even the creators don't know why. And believe me, it only makes sense if the place is absolutely hot and humid and absolutely scorching. I could understand to a viewpoint that it's in the desert, it could make sense. Or if you live near the beach and it's often hot, I would understand. But if you're in a city and you're shirtless, dude, there is something like about that, a law or something. It's called public indecency. Put a shirt on. Remember the business motto before: no shirt, no shoes, no service. Simple enough. Believe me, I live in the Philippines. There are shirtless people here. And you want to know why? It's not because they do it for no reason. It's because it's absolutely freaking hot. Believe me, if the aircon is not working and we have to save on electricity, I am shirtless at home. Imagine me shirtless. No, I'm not gonna open an OnlyFans. Just kidding, guys. But would you like to see me shirtless? Careless whispers play in the background. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Let's continue. I'm an idiot.
I look at this crew, I just think of the phrase goofy, followed by... And before we get to the gameplay, let's touch on humor. The humor misses more than it hits, and the dialogue has this weird feeling to it, like it's missing a laugh track. And to prove it, I've crafted the Fleekazoid Ultra Deluxe Cut.
What the hell is this?
Nick, what does it take for a man to be able to enjoy a quiet drink these days?
Mr. Nawali, you're coming with me.
You really think you have what it takes to bring me in?
I mean, yeah.
The funniest moment in the first 4-hour preview was watching this guy run. Anyways, now let's talk about customization. You know it's the pride point of this game because it's the only shit they've talked about for pretty much the whole year until the month before this game dropped when we finally got some gameplay footage. After the soulless cash grab known as Agents of Mayhem failed in large part due to the fact that they got their noodles so twisted that they decided removing customization was a good idea, they decided to majorly overcorrect and bet the whole casino on making the best customization ever. And the kicker is, you want to know what the kicker is? That Saints Row 2's customization is still better, and you can quote me on that. Moving on, let's finally talk about this riveting gameplay that we finally...
Hold on, what was that on the freaking...
And you can quote me on
that old is better, trust fan on John. Some delusional fool from the internet. What the hell?
Moving on, let's finally talk about this riveting gameplay that we've finally been shown. And by riveting gameplay, I mean I can feel the rickets in my bones while watching it because this shit is beyond boring, beyond uninspired.
It looks
feels
stiff.
like they played Just Cause 3 and said strip this for parts and cram it into our generic new third-person
Oh
game.
my
Starring all
gosh,
the other
no.
usual suspects of Reboot renovation, such as enemies that take too goddamn long to die, health bars
No,
to
not
reassure
bullet
you this
sponges!
will eventually end, skill wheels and skills because they look great in trailers, and straight aimbotting, bannable
I'm sorry for pausing. I am getting triggered by these dumb things. I don't need an overcrowded UI. I don't need to see a skill wheel. I don't need to see a freaking. I just need to know how much ammo I have, what weapon I'm using, and a minimap to know if there's bad guys around me. That's it. And a crosshair. What the hell is skill wheel? What is this? What's next? An emote wheel? Are we gonna add that too? I can understand some tabs, a little small tab where it just lists your objectives, and that's it. That's the only thing I will accept as an additional beyond what I need. But if you're gonna add more and more and more like this, like 58% for what? 58% milk? And that popping, I absolutely hate games with those pop-up animations, like damage numbers, like like it really hurts the eyes for me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm speaking as an old-fashioned gamer. We don't used to have that. I don't need to see how much damage that is flying on the screen. Just give me a health bar, an enemy health bar, and that's it. I don't need to see numbers flying around my screen because it's gonna piss me off.
level aim assist that takes away any concern that you may actually have to play this game. Shit, if you're gonna bolt on all that, might as well throw crafting in there too. And I'll clarify, the gameplay doesn't look bad. Two better words would be over-encumbered and tedious. I guess my overall point is, why is this game called Saints Row? If they're gonna change absolutely everything about the series, why not change the name too? Well, I mean, probably because Volition's life is depending on this succeeding. But now let's have some fun, people. Let's hit some predictions. Place your bets. I'm thinking 8 out of 10 from IGN, 76 from PC Gamer, an easy 4 from PC Mag, a recommendation from Eurogamer, and a massive
I have to be honest with you guys. I'm guilty of checking their recommendations and their ratings to make decisions on buying a game. And after learning that these people are absolute freaking scumbag liars, I plan to just watch other YouTubers, independent game, absolute real gaming YouTubers, give their 2 cents as much as possible. The smaller the YouTuber, the better, because they are not funded by freaking corpos who try to freaking shove something down our ass or up our ass. Like, before you buy, just informs you the problem, the mechanics, the bugs, the issues, and overall, I would like to know. I want some channels dedicated to figuring out if there's something insidious in the game that will make me think twice about buying it. Those are the type of channels I would love to follow when it comes to recommending games that I want to play or want to buy. So yeah, thank you, Flickazoid, for showing this for me. I know we're not done, but I want to thank the guy for telling me what games to avoid, because he's got some good takes. I'm thinking of buying Street Fighter 6 because he showed me Street Fighter 6, and that got me, I want to try it.
splooge all over their goddamn monitor of 15 out of 10
Not
from
that,
Kotaku.
please.
As far as some quotes I think we can see out there come game
Get that out of
day,
my
a guy
face.
that has never
Kotaku.
heard of Saints Row in his life will say something like, the best Saints Row has ever been. Another person trying to think of absolutely anything that is even remotely above average about this game will say, the customization in this game, it's some of the best in any game ever. A person that
Even
has
less.
only ever played Saints Row 4 will say some shit like, I'm glad the series can finally return to its wacky
Taxpayer loans.
roots, and every goddamn person that gets this game early will be forced at gunpoint to say something like, it's a good balance between Saints Row 2 and 3. This game looks awful, but it still has the chance to be mediocre. See you at launch for my glowing review, which, I mean, hey, due to my low morals volition, you can pay me off, and it would be surprisingly cheap. Goodbye.
That's a good ending to put it on. The middle finger. It's just a game in the bracket of between mediocre, in between awful and mediocre. Now that's a good way to show that I don't want to buy the game. Thank you for that. And I think that Fleekazoid is a Saints Row fan, judging by his tone and demeanor here, because it feels like it feels like he has a grudge or something. But I understand. I understand if someone just dicks around with the franchise you love. Believe me, Splinter Cell was something I love. Splinter Cell, the first game, Pandora's Box, although I barely played that, only a few times. Then Chaos Theory, I absolutely love that. And they changed it. They changed it in Conviction, and they pulled a freaking garbage dump on Blacklist. I really hate people who takes a well-known name and drags it through the mud. Believe me, it freaking sucks. Even Star Wars Battlefront. I love the first game, and then they gave us Battlefront 2 and loot box. It's a good thing they recalled it, but the damage is done. All right, more Fleekazoid videos will be uploaded to the channel. Just keep an eye out. Like that, ring that bell, and subscribe if you really want. It's really up to you. Thank you to Tommy Salas and Vic2010 for currently subscribing. Thank you all for this. Hope to see you guys on the next video. Be there or be freaking square. Whoop!
Can you